what I learned as a founder doing 10 days of 10 hours of meditation in pure silence. And it might surprise you. So, welcome to my weekly visual journal in which I share the owner's journey of building a business all the way from the start and trying to create my dream life in the process. And I will share just everything that's happening behind the scenes and what it actually takes to build a business. So yeah, I just came back. I'm now in the Netherlands again, seeing my family again. But before I was in Sri Lanka, and I did a 10-day Vipassana, which is 10 hours of meditating. You cannot talk to anyone. So you're just basically meditating the whole day. And it was very intense, but I came back with some very interesting insights. So let's dive into it. So the first one is that this is just what you get from meditating, is that there is more space between something happening and how you react. So you become way less reactive. And it's actually very useful in your business because like a lot of unexpected things happen. And then when you can decide how you want to respond to those things instead of just reacting, this can be from everything, this can be, something going wrong, even on a sales call or whatever, and you become way less reactive and you feel like you can control more how you want to respond, and this will just leads to better responses. You want to respond from how you actually want to respond instead of out of fear, stress, frustration, etc. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, which really also comes down to is even more, is that through this meditation, through this whole experience of you just having to sit and accept what happens in this moment, and it becomes so clear that your mind is trying to do everything to run away from just accepting the reality as it is. This also then transfers to your business. So the second point is accepting reality as it is. So as a founder, you always want more. You always have big dreams, big visions, and it's never there because there are always things that could be better. And we never really accept reality. And this really causes a lot of friction in ourselves. And I notice this a lot where, I have a lot of big dreams, big visions, and or I have a big vision and I'm very ambitious. And then when I'm not there yet, like I cannot accept the reality, which is a great trait as a founder, to be like, I want to change the world, I want to change things, and I'm going on and actually do it. But sometimes this can also cause for a lot of unnecessary friction. Well, if you just accept the reality as it is in a moment and then move from there, it'll be actually the same, because this ambition is not going to disappear out of nowhere, but it will be way more like effortless and way more fun and way more light. So yeah, this is really a thing that I took, is like, I'm always out there trying to create things, trying to force things, and now I'm just going to be a bit more, all right, what is the reality? What is it teaching me? Like way more being, as usual, seeing things as a learning experience. So accepting reality as it is instead of trying to force it always. Then the third point is you can do way more than you think. And this is a funny one. This is one that I didn't expect, but it just showed me that if you have the right circumstances, the right situation, and you push and you're determined, you can do way more than you think, and your mind always tries to go out of it. Just sitting for 2 hours and having a 5-minute break, and sitting in again for an hour, and sitting for another 1.5 hour after 5-minute break, you're like, I cannot do this. And in the end, you can. The last one is that just time off, being in actual silence and meditating, like it gives you so much mental clarity. I just came back with so much like clarity on what to focus on, so much fire, so much passion for, like, not passion, but so much energy for life as well. And yeah, that was great by actually being in this environment and just like having nothing else to think about and just be silent. Like it gave me a lot. So these are the things that I learned. Now I'm going to do a little overview of what's happening in the business. So first of all, the numbers. And the first thing is very funny, which is that it was my best week ever, like performance wise, of how many applications I had. So it's now at 247, which is up 55 from last week. So let's say around 12 days, 11 days, 55 people applied, which is pretty crazy. Followers is at 2,450, which is up 300. And the member count, here's an interesting thing, is that it's now at 10. So what happened is 2 members that joined in the beginning when I did like a 6-month trial period, and this is also in a period where I was forcing it a little bit too much. I really wanted people in there, so they joined from the beginning, but it wasn't the right fit. Like it wasn't the right moment for them, both of them, which I already could have known in the beginning, but that's okay. So I had to let go of them. which is all fine, like all good. And then one new member joined, which is super exciting. So we're now at 10 members. So the monthly revenue for this month is at 1K. So yeah, pretty good stuff, or simple stuff. Not simple stuff, but it's small steps, but we're getting there. Accepting the reality as it is. Okay, so one thing that happened, and this is the reality, what can happen is on the last day of the silent retreat, you can get your phone. I look at my phone, I see so many applications, which is incredible. Also, I saw in the community, like the new member, Anis, she got like such a warm welcome. Even the community did an own call without me, which is amazing, like seeing things happen without you. But I messed up the dates because this was the date it was actually going to be flying. So I saw all the calls booked, my whole calendar full on the wrong day. So I was like, oh, fuck, I'll reschedule this. But, these kind of things happen, and it wasn't too big of a deal. Yeah, that's basically what happened behind the scenes. So that's the only thing that I worked on in the business, which just feels so nice that you have set up a system that's now starting to work. You can take 10 days off and you come back and the business has grown and a lot of calls are planned, and yeah, great stuff. So then when we look at next week focus, that is what I'm going to be focusing on. The whole week will be filled with all calls. So yeah, I'll just be doing a lot of calls. And then the question of the week is, what was the last time you took some time off, like for real for yourself, and like pure silence? All right, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. And next time, because I'm re-recording this when I'm back, I'm having some exciting updates, so stay tuned. All right, peace.